do you create an email signature in Gmail? I'll show you how to make one without any HTML required. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I release weekly videos on marketing, web design, and content creation strategies. So if you find this video helpful, be sure to give it a like. Without further ado, let's dive into the tutorial. To get started on our email signature, we're going to start in kind of an unusual place. So currently I'm logged into my Gmail account, and I will just navigate to, if I scroll down a little bit, the docs. We want a new Google Doc. So once this comes up, I'm just going to hit blank document, and that will bring up this untitled document. Let's go ahead and give this a name. The name's not so much important, but the name will at least help you find this in the future. So maybe I'm going to call this one email signature. The first thing that we want to do is we want to put a table structure. We're building our visual email signature. So I'm going to start, I'll navigate to insert, and then we'll go table. I'm going to go with a 2x2 cell just so that you can see some options. You can pretty much create whatever you want. So I've got 2 columns, 2 rows, and actually I want this bottom one, I'm going to have this as 1 row. So I will just highlight these cells, right click, scroll, and hit merge cells. That allows me to have 2 columns up top, 1 column on the bottom, and I might move this guy over here for just a moment. So I'm going to add some information in an image. Let's start with the image. So I'll click in the first cell, and then I'll go insert image, and then I'm going to find a file that's on my computer. So we'll insert that image there, and then I'm going to start typing some information. So if I was building an email signature, I would for sure have my name. The next information I would want would be some sort of title. I'm just going to go with awesome human. The next thing you might want to feature would be like a cell phone or a mobile phone. So I could put C, it's going to capitalize it. I'll change that here in a second. Everything's your personal preference. So I'm going to put a fake phone number in. So it might be something like 555-222-1111. And then, of course, I got to have an office phone too. So that might be 555-333-2222. And then having a web address might be helpful. We'll go ahead and put my website in there. And if you had an address, you could put an address in there. You could do pretty much whatever you want. The one thing that I have found with creating signatures in this manner is it's probably best, you don't want to go too much higher than 11. I like size 10. It looks tiny on this document, but when you pop it into your email signature in your Gmail account, it'll actually look really good. So if I'm going to make some adjustments here, I might add some style. I could bold my name. I could change the text color. We might do something custom. I'm going to try and go with like a pink color over here. I'll hit OK. And then maybe I want to make the C uncapitalized. We might bold it. We might also make it that same color. We'll do the same over here. Bold, change the color. Then we might also want to change the URL. We could do that too. I feel like it could use a little bit of space, so I would highlight the text here, and I could navigate to line and paragraph spacing. Let's go with the 1.15. That spreads it out just a little bit. And then let's say I wanted to link some things. So maybe we're going to link this URL here. I could navigate and then just insert link with this little icon. Command K. I could put my URL in there like that. I might copy it so I can save it for later. I hit apply so that my link can go in there. And of course, it changed our color, so we might need to change it back. Maybe we go ahead and link the image as well, so we could do that too. It looks like the insert link moved on us a little bit, so it's over here now. So I could click that. I'll go ahead and I will paste and apply. And let's say that we want to shorten up this image just a little bit so that it feels a little more balanced. Now there's so many things that you can do when styling this, and the reason we're doing it in a Google Doc is because we have access to this table. We can make as many changes as we want to. So I could, for example, if I'm formatting this cell, I might open up my table properties. I just right clicked on the table. And then I could say, okay, well, let's add maybe a little bit more cell padding, and then let's make the vertical alignment in the middle. See what that looks like. So that moved it down a little bit. We can make sure that we're doing the same thing with our image. We can go to table properties. It's at the top. We'll move it to the middle. Not too concerned about the padding there. We can hit OK. And then let's say we were going to add a tagline. Let's say our business had some sort of tagline, which we can come up with one. Let's do bogus brands, innovation for the future. Sounds super fancy, right? We could, let's italicize that for extra emphasis. Now our table's a little wide. We don't need it that wide. So let's shorten this guy up a bit. I will make sure that my text alignment, let's center it so that it goes across the entire width of our table. And maybe we put a background color on this too. So in this cell, if I click in here and then I can navigate to these little 3 dots because they're not, my screen's not wide enough, I could add a background color. Let's say I wanted to do an orange to sort of match my logo. We could also change the text color here because it's probably not legible. So we've got this shape now, and we might want to bring our text information back a little. So I can just eyeball everything. I can make all the adjustments that I want to. And when I'm happy with it, I think it's time to get rid of this border. If you wanted to keep the border, you could totally do that. But in this case, I don't really want the border there. So I'm going to highlight my entire table. Let's right click, and then I'm going to navigate to table properties. And the one item that I want to address is the table border. So I could either turn it to white if I wanted to, or I could put it at 0 point. Want to make sure that that color is not showing up. I could hit OK, and then we can see now that our border has disappeared and everything looks good. I might actually decrease the size of that font down there, and I'm pretty happy with this. So what do I do next? So in order to make this a signature, I just need to navigate back to my Gmail account, and then you're going to find this gear icon up here for settings. You'll click that. You'll want to click See All Settings. Under the General tab, if you scroll a little bit, you will come to a place that says Signature. And if you don't have any signatures currently, you'll want to hit the Create New button. So we're going to create a new signature. I need to give it a name. I'm just going to call it Bogus Brands and then hit Create. So now I have the opportunity to insert some content into this window. Now, if you are taking a look, you're like, why didn't we build it in here? We don't actually have the ability to make those table adjustments and structure our content in a way that's going to be helpful. So if you are wanting a pretty fancy email, then creating it in a Google Doc is probably going to be your best bet. That way you can get it to look exactly the way that you want it to, and then all you have to do is copy and paste it in. So if I navigate back to my email signature, I just need to highlight everything, Command A, or if you're highlighting, you can always go to the edit menu where you can copy. So we could copy that way, navigate back to the signature window, and then paste it in. I'm pasting just by doing Command V. And there we have our email signature. So once you've pasted your signature into this box and it looks good, the next thing we need to do is scroll down to the very bottom of the page and hit Save Changes. We don't want to lose what we just put in. So now we're back at our main screen. And if I click this Compose button, we can highlight this little insert signature. You can also choose to make it your default signature if you want to, so keep that in mind. I'm going to go back and I can show you where that's at. So clicking this button, I can choose Bogus Brands, and there is my signature. So I could type a message below to anyone. Something I do want to point out because I think it's important. When you're in this mode, you might remember, well, we linked our URL, we linked our images, but when I'm hovering over them, nothing's happening. It's okay. I promise you that the links are there. They actually only become active once you've sent an email. So once I send a test email, then when I hover over the links, you'll be able to see that they're clickable. If we want to test that out, I can do that. I'll just send a test to this email account. We'll just say this is a test, and then I'll put my recipient in, and we'll hit send. So I can see my test email just populated, and I can see that my email signature is there. And when I hover over my image and my URL, they are clickable, and I can see in the bottom left corner that the URL is correct. So if that's tripping you up at all, just know that. Now, if we decide that we want to make this our default signature, let's navigate back to the settings here. To see all settings, scroll a little bit, and we'll be able to see our signature now. And then we have the option right under here for new emails, use, and then we could set this as our default signature. And then if you always want to have your signature there, you could keep it there, but otherwise on replies or forwards, you can have no signature selected, and that works fine. So the next time I hit save changes and I go back to compose an email, it will automatically populate for me. So if you're wondering about other email clients, this actually works perfectly for Microsoft Outlook too. So if you are using Microsoft Outlook on your computer, just know that you can always go create something in a Google Doc. You could even create something in a Word doc, and you could copy and paste it, and it works great. However, it does not work in Apple Mail. I've tried, but the good news is I can show you, if you are comfortable with HTML and you're looking to have that custom signature in Apple Mail, I do have a video, which I can link for you here, that will show you how to create that signature. I also have another video that will show you how to create an HTML signature, and I even have some example code that you can use for yourself. So be sure to check that out if you are interested in making signatures for other email platforms. Let me know if this works for you. If you have any questions, or even if you have a specific tutorial you would like to see, you can leave those in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.